And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Thursday, November 10th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories right here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. And here are some of the news stories for the day. Katherine Siva Saubel, one of the last fluent speakers of the Cahuilla Indian language, who helped document the lore of the Southern California tribe, has passed away. She was 91. Her nephew, Kevin Siva, tells the Los Angeles Times she passed away on November 1st at her home on the Morongo Reservation near Banning. Saubel worked with researchers to produce a Cahuilla dictionary and grammar book and preserve the songs and medicinal lore of the threatened culture. In 1964, she helped launch the Mulkey Museum near Banning, the first nonprofit museum found and managed by American Indians on that reservation. Saubel was born on the Las Coyotes Reservation in San Diego County and later served as tribal chairperson. As an activist, she brought electricity to that reservation in 1998. Prosecutors who recently took over a civil case that accuses Navajo Nation officials of fraud say they need more time to review tens of thousands of pages of documents. The case was set to resume this past Monday, but prosecutors asked the tribal judge to delay it for at least 30 days. They cited the volume of documents and complexity of the issue in their request. The lawsuit alleges that 85 current or former Navajo officials defrauded the tribal government in the use or management of $36 million in discretionary funds. The Rothstein law firm was hired last month to replace prosecutor Alan Ballarin. A special judicial panel decided against reviewing Ballarin's contract and renewing it to investigate discretionary spending and other allegations of illegal and unethical conduct in the tribal government. The new principal chief of the Cherokee Nation called for unity in a speech at his formal inauguration ceremony this weekend after a contested election that included several recounts and eventually a second vote. Chief Bill John Baker, who took the oath of office in a ceremony on October 19th, was inaugurated this last Sunday at Sequoia High School and said he will work for unity and prosperity for the tribe that is the largest in Oklahoma. Under my administration, we'll always work together for all Cherokees, Baker said, and asked for support from nearly one-half of the Cherokee voters who had cast ballots for the previous incumbent chief, Chad Smith. Baker reiterated 5 promises made during his campaign: to sell the tribe's airplane, to improve tribal housing, to audit tribal finances, put more money into tribal health services, and to provide older tribal members with a $200 stipend once every 6 months. After a round of victories in court, the Tohono O'odham Nation is considering whether to go back to its original plans, which called for a larger casino near the Glendale Sports Complex. The Arizona Supreme Court last week denied Glendale's request to hear an appeal related to whether a third of the tribe's 135 acres fall within the city's boundaries. The Arizona Republic reports the tribe initially had asked the federal government to take all of the Glendale area land it owns into the reservation system. However, during the annexation dispute, the tribe downsized its request to 54 acres. This week, the Tohono O'odham spokesman would say only that they're reviewing all their options. North Dakota lawmakers say the University of North Dakota should wait 3 years before replacing its Fighting Sioux athletics nickname. The North Dakota House and Senate Education Committees have endorsed allowing UND to retire the Fighting Sioux nickname and the American Indian head logo. The House and Senate must approve the bill before it becomes law. Grand Forks Representative Stacy Dahl says the measure prevents UND from adopting a new nickname and logo until January of 2015. She calls it a cooling off period. Board of Higher Education President Grant Schaff says the board supports that idea. Hopi High School boys cross country won a national record 22nd consecutive state championship, and the Lady Bruins won their 5th straight state championship at Cave Creek Golf Course in North Phoenix on November 5th. Hopi High School boys took first with 52 points. Northland Prep grabbed second with 81. Phoenix Veritas Prep snagged third with 171 points. Many Farms finished fourth with 176, and Sedona placed fifth with 194. Dominic Sinqua led Hopi with a third-place finish. The other members of the championship team were Darnell Ben, 8th, McCrae Huma, 12th, Kelsey Jones, 14th, Rex Yellow, 15th, Stephen Tutsi, 27th, and Marque Quatahuia, 33rd. And I apologize for that last name. It's a Hopi name that I don't have a good handle on. Nico Montanez from St. Augustine Catholic was the individual state champ with a time of 16:97 in the 153 runner race. Josh Hoshkinson from Arizona Lutheran placed second. Rick the Legend Baker, coach for the Hopi High boys, said the state championship victory was good for the runners, the program, and the school. The Cherokee Nation will maintain a presence on the executive board of the National Congress of American Indians. Deputy Chief Joe Crittenden was elected vice president of the NCAI's Eastern Oklahoma Caucus at the organization's annual national conference last week. As area vice president, Crittenden will serve on the organization's executive board representing 20 of Oklahoma's 39 federally recognized tribes. He succeeds tribal council member Cora Cohen Watts. The Cherokee Nation will host the organization's 213 conference at the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel in Catoosa, Oklahoma next year. And that's going to be another roundup of news from Indian country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to say miigwech for joining with us and come back again soon.